Are you wondering what the future holds for the Pittsburgh region? Stay tuned to this video to talk about all of the exciting new projects and developments in 2026 coming to the Pittsburgh region. These 26 projects and developments I'll break down into 4 categories. I will talk about downtown and city of Pittsburgh developments. I'll talk about some of the suburban developments and things happening outside of the city of Pittsburgh. I'll talk about some of the transportation developments and initiatives. I'll talk about some of the biggest events happening in the Pittsburgh region in 2026. Hi, I am Mark McClinchie. I am a real estate agent with Compass Real Estate serving the entire Pittsburgh region. On this channel, Mark Knows Pittsburgh, I provide videos and content to help people from out of the area unfamiliar with Pittsburgh to learn more about it. The goal with my videos and my entire business is to make a transition to Pittsburgh less overwhelming. There isn't a lot of great information out there, so that is what I want to provide to consumers that don't know a lot about the Pittsburgh area. It is such an amazing place to live, so I look forward to sharing all those details with you. So let's start with this video. 26 amazing events and initiatives happening in the Pittsburgh region. The first section of new improvements and initiatives I want to highlight are related to the downtown area and the city of Pittsburgh itself. So the first item on this list is going to be City of Pittsburgh's new mayor, Mr. Corey O'Connor. Just coming into office in January of 2026, he unseated the incumbent and promising a lot of change. People are rooting for a change in the Pittsburgh region. And it really does start with downtown. People have been really upset with some of the things that are occurring in downtown, and it's time for things to get cleaned up. It's time for some new developments. And so I will be hitting some of those issues later down on this list. Number 2 on our list is turning former office spaces in big buildings with vacant tenants that businesses are no longer occupying and turning those into residential spaces. So a few examples what's happening in downtown Pittsburgh include the Gulf Tower is currently being renovated to have 225 residential apartments. Another building that will be renovated into residential spaces is 4 Smithfield Street with river views for those apartments. The former GNC building is now having the Live Well apartments. So all in all, we are adding hundreds, if not thousands of new residential units to the downtown area. So lots of efforts are underway to make downtown a more livable area and offer the amenities that residents are looking for. Generally, Pittsburgh downtown has been a commercial and retail space with not a lot of residents. Now that is trying to change, and we now have a lot more residential units being planned for the downtown area. Number 3 on the list is the revitalization of the Market Square area. Efforts are underway to improve the traffic patterns in that area and make it more pedestrian friendly. They're going to try to hold more events in that area. They've added new landscaping. They're redesigning the area to make it more of a central public plaza like you see in a lot of European cities. It's a cool idea and definitely going to make the area more friendly to residents and visitors to hang out and go to the restaurants in the Market Square area. If you're not familiar with Market Square, it's right near the PPG area of downtown. All of this is underway to improve the entire downtown area. Number 4 on my list is improvements to the Point State Park. You've got the fountain that is the key feature of Point State Park, and it's been off for many years and trying to be renovated, and they finally did that. In fact, they finished the improvements ahead of schedule. The fountain is now on, and so they're improving the grounds and the landscaping of Point State Park. Such a key feature. Great place to visit for downtown visitors to go out to Point State Park. You get great views of Mount Washington and the stadiums, PNC Park, Acrisure Stadium. You can turn around, you see great views of the downtown skyline. So Point State Park is such a key piece of the downtown area, and efforts are underway to improve that area dramatically. Number 5 on my list is improvements to the storefronts in the downtown area. Any downtown needs storefronts for it to be a vibrant place, and there are way too many vacant properties in the Pittsburgh downtown area. So there is now a program with grants to offer pop-up locations for any business that's interested in getting a leg up and trying. They have shorter term leases, and they provide grant money to get those stores started, hopefully giving them a chance to remain there permanently. But all of this is an effort to get things ready for event, which I'll talk about on number 26, which I'm sure many of you know what's coming. But they're trying to get more stores occupied, make it more of a vibrant downtown area. So lots of opportunities for businesses to start a storefront in the downtown area through this grant program. Number 6 is Top of the Triangle. You've been around Pittsburgh for a few decades. You're probably familiar with a restaurant with that title, Top of the Triangle, which closed many years ago. But they're bringing it back in the very top floor of the US Steel Tower, and it will have a public observation deck with 360-degree views of the entire city of Pittsburgh. It will be amazing, and it should be ready soon. Number 7 on my list is Arts Landing. Funded in part by a $10 million grant from the Richard King Mellon Foundation, this new civic space is going to be in the Cultural District, located between 8th Street, Penn Avenue, and Fort Duquesne Boulevard. Will feature a 1-acre great lawn, a band shell, public art installations, and a playground. It will include a garden walk, which converts part of 8th Street from car traffic to a pedestrian greenway. Number 8 on my list is a new concert venue or entertainment venue called the Wylie. This is going to be in the Lower Hill District. It will be a 100,000 square foot venue developed by Live Nation as a multi-purpose music and entertainment destination. The Wylie is named in honor of Wylie Avenue's jazz scene, which has a rich history in the Pittsburgh area. The Wylie is once again an effort to reconnect the Hill District to the downtown area and revitalize the Lower Hill District. Number 9 is Station Square. Over the last few years and decades, Station Square has gone through a number of different owners, different developers, different ideas. Some businesses have done really well there, others have failed. We now have a new owner of the area called WS Development. Their plan is to revitalize the entire Station Square area, to reinforce some of the current businesses there, but to really strengthen the retail and dining options for Pittsburghers and tourists. Hopefully these new developers will really change the success of the Station Square area. It's such a great location, and it would be great to see that area vibrant and booming with lots of successful businesses and a destination for people to come to. Number 10 on my list, we've got tons of new restaurants. Just to name a few, Cava, which is a chain throughout the US with health food, and that is opening its second location in East Liberty. Moonlit Burgers, a local chain here in the Pittsburgh area. They have 4 or 5 locations. They'll be opening up a new one in the Garfield neighborhood. Roots Natural Kitchen will be opening up several new spaces. They already have one on Cochrane Road in Mount Lebanon. Aliyah Mediterranean Grill is going to be a new restaurant in downtown Pittsburgh. And of course, this is just tip of the iceberg of all the new restaurants opening in the Pittsburgh region in 2026. Pittsburgh has a great food scene if you didn't know that. So check out some of our awesome restaurants if you're coming to town and visiting. Number 11 on my list is Hazelwood Green. I've actually covered Hazelwood Green extensively in a prior video about mega projects in Pittsburgh, so I won't go into great detail now, but this is a new development down in the Hazelwood area in the city of Pittsburgh, taking a former brownfield site, converting it into business space and a research facility, primarily around autonomous vehicles. But you're gonna have a mixed-use development there with retail and residential areas. So Hazelwood Green is a huge development coming to the Pittsburgh region. And number 12 on my list is the Esplanade. Similarly, also covered this development in a previous video, but this is an exciting development coming to the Chateau neighborhood up from the casino on the north side. You're gonna see a huge development on this 50-acre site. You're gonna see new dining options, entertainment options, residential options, and it should be a real boom to the Pittsburgh economy and hopefully big improvements to nearby neighborhoods. By the way, if you need more information about moving to the Pittsburgh area, be sure to check out the link in the description for my relocation guide. This relocation guide is going to give you tons of details about what it's like to live in Pittsburgh, give you information about events and the schools and the neighborhoods that might be the best fit for you. So let's move outside of the city of Pittsburgh and talk about some of the developments, particularly economic developments in some of our suburban communities and some of the surrounding counties of the city of Pittsburgh. Number 13 on our list is new data centers coming to Springdale, Homer City, and Burrell. These are going to be large-scale data centers driven Driven by growing demand for cloud computing, AI, and data storage, these data centers are going to be an economic boom for those communities with bringing new jobs and new opportunities. Number 14 on my list are the solar farms planned for Buffalo Township. The solar farms being planned in Buffalo Township are really helping our region continue to be at the forefront of energy production in the US. So this, of course, is a renewable source of energy using solar and part of the wave of the future across the country. So the solar farms in Buffalo Township, expect that to happen in 2026. Number 15, let's talk about suburban shopping malls and some of the big changes happening to a few of them. The first one is the Pittsburgh Mills up Route 28. This is currently owned by the Namdar Realty Group, and they are facing some bankruptcy issues and trying to look to sell again. They've got a lot of issues with the local township and permits, and it really is an eyesore up there, and looking for new developers to come in there to transform the Pittsburgh Mills area. Another mall with some new developments happening is Century 3 Mall. Demolition started a year or two back, but that should finally be completed in 2026, and looking for new developers to change that space from an old shopping mall to something new and that can bring new revitalization to that area. And finally, the Monroeville Mall, which has had a lot of issues with ownership over the last couple of years, has now been bought by Walmart. So we don't know the exact plans of what Walmart is going to do with the Monroeville Mall, but look forward to some changes happening in 2026. In number 16, another development at a suburban mall, the Westmoreland Mall is bringing Dick's House of Sport, which is going to be a huge complex where you can not only shop all the things that Dick sells, but there's opportunities for a climbing wall. You'll be able to have a basketball court in there to try out some of these things, do lessons. There's already a Dick's House of Sport in the Ross Park Mall in the North Hills area. So the Westmoreland Mall is now getting a new Dick's House of Sport. Dick's House of Sport is designed to be a sports experience destination, not just a traditional retail store. In number 17, look out, Giant Eagle. We've got new grocery store chains coming to the Pittsburgh region. We've got a Wegmans being planned for the Cranberry area. Ground has already been broken. So during 2026, they'll be developing that. Not sure it's going to open in 2026. It might be 2027, but that is a huge development. Wegmans is really popular in other parts of the country. Been to the one in State College. It's pretty fancy. So coming here to the Cranberry area, you'll have a new Wegmans with 100,000 square feet of space and will be a tremendous competition to Giant Eagle here in the Pittsburgh area. Another grocery store entering the Pittsburgh market is Meijer. And so look for Meijer to make several locations in the Pittsburgh region. And again, being a competition for Giant Eagle should be interesting since many Pittsburghers are super loyal to the Giant Eagle brand, but there's going to be new competitors entering the Pittsburgh market in 2026 and beyond. In number 18, we have the Allegheny Shores development in Sharpsburg. Allegheny Shores is a major redevelopment along the Allegheny River that should be a significant project in the coming years. We're still in the early planning stages of this project, going through engineering and permitting. Initial construction could begin in late 2026 or 2027. The project includes mixed-use housing, riverfront access points, parks, and trails along the river. The emphasis is on creating public green space and making the river more accessible and not so disconnected from the community. In this next section, I will highlight some of the transportation improvements being planned for the region. Pittsburgh's geography is certainly unique. We have lots of rivers and lots of hills and mountains that make getting around the region kind of difficult. So we've got tunnels and bridges and lots of choke points. Getting around can be a challenge, but hopefully some of the improvements happening in 2026 will alleviate some of that strain and making it easy to get around. By the way, Pittsburgh does have one of the lowest commute times in the entire country. And number 19, of course, we're going to mention the new airport terminal at the Pittsburgh International Airport. We had an old landside terminal that is being replaced, and we have a brand new terminal that is now open, and many travelers will experience it for the first time in 2026. I also highlighted this development in a previous video, and so look forward to flying in and out of the Pittsburgh area and it being so much easier to get to your gate and to get back and get your luggage and get on your way. So new landside terminal at the Pittsburgh International Airport, huge development for the Pittsburgh region. And number 20, speaking of airports, we have an airport out in Westmoreland County. The Arnold Palmer Regional Airport has several upgrades and improvements being planned for 2026. Number 21, everyone will love this that's living in the Pittsburgh region and has to deal with the Parkway East. There are numerous improvements being planned, interchanges improvements. The stretch from Churchill to Monroeville has new improvements being planned, but the biggest change coming to the Parkway East is the new Commercial Street Bridge. They're building this bridge. It's underway right now, and it's being built right beside the old bridge. And coming this year in 2026, they're gonna demolish the current bridge and they're gonna slide the new bridge over. So this should drastically improve. Everybody knows what a bottleneck it is getting through the Squirrel Hill tunnels, and the new Commercial Street Bridge should be an improvement to ease congestion on the Parkway East. Number 22 is the improvements being planned for the I-79 Wexford exit interchange. So this one is near and dear to my heart. I grew up in Bradford Woods, used this on-ramp and off-ramp quite extensively growing up. And back in the day, it was just a stop sign. And now, of course, it is a crazy congested area, totally crazy with congestion. It just doesn't work anymore, but the solution is coming, and they're gonna completely revamp, do a multi-million dollar project to have new ramps and a new efficient system to get off of I-79 or on it and just make that whole area with less traffic and less congestion. Another Parkway East improvement is being planned for the downtown area, right through downtown. We call this area the Bathtub because the Monongahela River overflows through the parking lot there and onto the highway. So they are going to increase flood walls and improve foundations so that this area doesn't flood as much. So expect to be dry moving through the Bathtub. Hopefully we no longer have to take a bath when we drive through the Parkway East through the downtown area. And now in this last section, let's talk about some of the exciting events happening in the Pittsburgh region in 2026. And number 24 on my list are the downtown festivals occurring in the summer. In early June, of course, you have the Three Rivers Arts Festival. It typically rains every year, but the last few years have been okay. So the Three Rivers Arts Festival, always a fun activity in June in the downtown Pittsburgh area. You also have Picklesburg, voted the #1 specialty food festival in America. That's always fun. And then Anthrocon. Every July, you've got the furries coming to the Pittsburgh area. Anthrocon, exciting festival in downtown Pittsburgh. And number 25 on my list, America's 250th birthday. Pittsburgh, one of the main celebration points, lots of activities and events throughout the summer, recognizing the importance of Pittsburgh in the development of America. Of course, Western Pennsylvania being the site of the French and Indian War. You've got Lewis and Clark starting their expedition toward westward expansion. And of course, Fort Pitt located in Pittsburgh. So all of these early history events in American history will be celebrated throughout 2026, celebrating America's 250th birthday. And finally, we are at number 26, the event everybody is looking forward to, not only in the Pittsburgh area, but it's the talk of the country. The NFL Draft has become the go-to event. People love their NFL, people love the Steelers, and it's going to be a great opportunity to host 800,000 people descending on the Pittsburgh region. Hotels are full, people are renting out their properties for thousands and thousands of dollars for the week. Really exciting time. All of the improvements, many of the improvements that I've talked about in this video are actually related to trying to give a facelift to the city of Pittsburgh so that we are looking our best, and we are going to be on the national stage for the NFL Draft occurring in April 2026. So there you have it, folks. We've got 26 new projects or initiatives, developments, events happening in the Pittsburgh region during the calendar year of 2026. Lots of exciting things happening, and all of this is really important with respect to real estate. So if you are a buyer hoping to buy a new home in 2026, some of these developments are crucial to understand what is happening with them, how it might affect real estate in the communities or neighborhoods you're interested in. Certainly if you are a seller, the same thing, some big impacts coming in 2026. So if you are thinking about buying or selling, please reach out to me by phone, text, or email. I'd be glad to set up a free consultation and talk about your buying needs or your selling needs. And we will make sure we come up with a strategy and a plan, knowing that some of these events and some of these initiatives are crucial to understand. So again, I've got my pulse on everything happening in the Pittsburgh region. If you are thinking about a move to the Pittsburgh area, be sure to download my free Pittsburgh relocation guide. Link is down in the description. You'll find more details about all things Pittsburgh, the communities, the neighborhoods, the schools. And once you download that guide, read through that and let me know if I can answer any further questions. Thanks for watching and welcome to Pittsburgh.